This is a topic that I've been very passionate about. And I've been fortunate to be surrounded by innovators and very creative people in the past 40 years at graduate school, at work, friends and family. So I've been watching them, trying to spot how they act, how they treat other people, how they think, and ways of taking them and raising them to a higher level. And this is a topic I would like to talk about today. And the reason for this topic is that you agree with me that we are living in a world now that's so connected and so flat. We're enjoying incredible technological advances on all fronts, be it computing, communications, entertainment, healthcare, transportation, energy, everywhere. So those advances have been very important for us, and that is not the end of it. Just stay tuned for what will happen in the next few decades. We predict that you will be waking up in the morning and checking your weather and traffic information extremely accurately. You will go and choose your clothing to match the activities of the day, also electronically. You get into your car, you'll be connected, receiving tremendous amount of useful information in your car. And if you're a student or a teacher, go to school, new ways of learning that promise to improve the standards of the education worldwide. And for those who walk, we'll see information kiosks. You can get a lot of information from those kiosks. And if you had to go to the hospital or the clinic, the advances in medical technology will be extremely important, critical for us to improve our health. And at the end of the day, even the students will enjoy doing their homework because you will have gadgets under their disposal that will be very efficient for them to use. And that's not it. We actually predict that some of you will be wearing their computers on their faces. You get directions. You get in browsing the web. You can take pictures. You can take videos, as you can see here, or on your rest. So those are some of the technological advances we predict for the near future. Just imagine if your mobile phone that I'm sure each one of you is carrying, and I hope it's on silent now, that is going to be 10x improvement in the speed of that phone. 100-fold improvement in the connection, the wireless network, and 1,000 times more storage in your phone. Look at this figure, 64 terabytes, if that is really true, and there is all indication that that might happen. So you'll have a phone, if you keep it for a long time, it will just record everywhere you go. Some of you, of course, don't want that, but if you want to do that and you have all pictures and videos and files you have, so when you retire, you just push a button and you get your life story for your family. And you will not be alone there. There will be others. The rest of the 7 billion people on the planet. We actually predict that will be somewhere between 25 and 70 billion devices connected to the internet. All of those are uploading information, downloading information. Tremendous amount of information. Guess how much information we humans are using every year? The number is about 2 trillion billion bytes. We can't even find a Greek abbreviation for it. It's very, very large number of zeros. We have the appetite for information. It's becoming a way of life. So, this is the preface that the connected world, from the time you wake up to the time, if you have any time left for entertainment at the end of the day, is so flat, as I said, and so connected, and require more innovators to help us achieve this vision. And by innovators, I mean people who can invent and implement. There are so many creative people who come up with great ideas, but the good ones are the ones who take those ideas, execute them, or implement them. That's what I meant by innovators. So our job is to find them, spot them, encourage them, challenge them, reward them, as I will mention. I need them because I want those innovators to help me have a good health, wellness, good communications, good entertainment. I think those are the 3 things you need from life, right? good health, good communications, and good entertainment. Okay, let's talk about health, fitness. And people are crazy about exercise, as you can see in this picture. And actually, wellness is very important to avoid disease, but if you have to go to the hospital, technological advances will definitely help here. But seriously, look at this curve here, the top curve. It shows the life expectancy of men and women for over 120 years. It moved up from about 50 to 85. If it wasn't for some of the wars and epidemics and pandemics, it would have been even higher, but still going up. So where is it going? Some people predict that if it goes at that rate, death will be an option. So, I mean, you end your life if you are bored or you accidentally. So, but seriously, this is what you see on some of the billboards, that the first person to live to be 150 is alive. 150 years old. I wonder about the retirement age. 100, right? And the middle age crisis for men, 75, right? So you will see those 75-year-old men driving their sports cars on Highway 86. So watch for that. But seriously, this is a field where we need a lot of technological advances. The medical field has not improved as much as communications or entertainment. I looked and I found those are the tools that my doctor uses when I go to the doctor, to the clinic, right? Tools have been used for such a long time. I actually checked during the Romans time, 300 BC. And I checked my ancestry, 2,000 years Egyptians, using the same thing. It's very similar, except for this big saw. I don't know what they use us for. But that's what happened at the clinic. Things will change. If you have to go to the doctor, you will be seeing equipment that will diagnose your disease on the spot, prescribe the medicine for you that will not give you any side effects. This is a very important point. As for communications, everybody wants to communicate anytime, anywhere, with anyone, and for free, right? It would be nice if it's for free. So this is important, but we are doing very well here, and it will even be better in the future. You will be able to get your data everywhere you go, anywhere you go. In fact, you might even get your data as you drive on the freeway, as you can see in this picture here. That's good communications. I feel good about that. Good entertainment. We like good entertainment. Would like to have that. So that's assuming that you have any time left in this connected world when you go home. It used to be called work-life balance. In California, we call it work-work balance. So there is no time at all for that. But when you have this time, you will see things that you have not seen before, whether it's 3D, high-resolution TVs. Very, very, very good equipment and technology in the future. So who are those innovators? The people who invent and implement. How can we spot them? Number one, they are people who like to solve problems that matter. Serious problems. Problems that people want solutions for. Not any idea. Just go and ask the right questions and try to solve. They are thinking systems. They are thinking of all aspects of the problems. And there are many of them. This is the first thing to spot in an innovator. And secondly, and very commonly, they are people who are not happy with the status quo. They want to improve things around. They always want to push everything to the limit. Never satisfied with the status quo. Never satisfied. They want to get themselves out of business. Every time they invent an idea, they keep improving it. Watch for those people. They are the perfectionists, as I call it. Number three, they are not afraid of being first. You know, it's scary when you come up with an idea and you want to give it to someone, tell someone, will that person accept it, agree with me, reject it, demotivate me? It's really scary to be first and be alone. But those innovators are not scared of being first. They will try new things. So look for that. And they're also very good at making mistakes and learning from those mistakes. They thrive on learning from their mistakes. No question about it. And a very important thing is that, as I said, they don't ask for permission. They work freely, no boundary conditions, and they take risks, a lot of risks. But maybe not like this one. The good ones, they take calculated risks. They just think a little bit before they approach the problem. Now, I also noticed that they are very passionate about their work. There is fire within them, blind belief that they will succeed, and commitment to that cause. They are evangelists for their ideas. They go and speak about it and talk about it to everyone. And they are very energetic, long hours, stamina. We used to hear people saying that those innovators are lazy, laid back, they get their ideas in the shower, and then it takes years to do it. They are actually very energetic and hardworking people. And finally, I call them, they are lucky. But lucky because they leverage the environment around them. Lucky because luck prefers the prepared mind. They connect the dots. They read a newspaper article, listen to something in the news, talk to someone, and come up with a solution to a problem. So those are the 6 traits that are very common. In the last 30 years of my career, I have watched innovators do that. So what should we do? We have a big responsibility to mentor them and foster them and encourage them to move up higher. Number 1, show your genuine interest. Listen. Don't just hear. They are so smart, they will know if you are bluffing. So, and really actually guide them through this process and watch what they are doing. If you don't want to listen at that time, tell them, come back later. But don't just say, They are so smart. And some people like, especially those innovators, they like to see people interested in their ideas. The next thing is that remove your ego away. Some of us, I've been one of them, when someone comes to me with an idea, I said, why did I think of that? Why is she or he is smarter than me? So you need to remove that. That's out. Don't tell them it's too costly, it will never work, we cannot manufacture it, some people did it before. Just listen to what they are saying. Give the feedback, but give it in a nice way, and celebrate failures. I mean, 90% of those ideas will never see the light. So you need to celebrate failure, and you need to encourage them to make those mistakes and come up with better ideas. Just invite ideas yourself. The third thing is always challenge them. Once you listen to them, understand what they are talking about, raise the bar. Just be realistic about the challenges, but give them just a little bit more. Again, encourage failure. Okay? They will go along with you. Push them as hard as they can go, not as hard as you want them to go. They can go even further. Okay? So, one other thing is that you have to be crazy with them. They are animated, they are alive, they are expressive. Come back, just full of energy describing this. Just don't stop them, keep them going. They also like to see other people excited, okay? And show your passion, because they are very passionate people. And number 5, you need to be a little patient with them. Don't rush them. Innovation cannot be dialed. You cannot just say, okay, you only have 2 days to come up with this. You have to be practical. Some people call innovation like parenting. Like you have to teach people manners and money and say no at times, which is okay. But you have to remember that they come up with the idea and you want to get the solution for those ideas. So be a little patient with them. And finally, reward them. They like rewards. Be fair. Be timely with the reward. If you are a parent or a teacher or a manager, I want you to be the 1-minute person. I remember one of my managers at Hewlett-Packard taught me the 1-minute manager story, which is a person who gives the feedback, positive or negative, in 1 minute and very quickly. So when you see some good ideas and you understand it well, give the feedback. If you want to give negative or developmental feedback, just do the same. And people really like that. So I talked to you about some of the traits that I noticed in innovators, how we take them up to a higher level. and mentor them and foster them. And I want you to help me with this. Really, think about those 6 things that I talked about. And we need to encourage more of them, because I want them to build this future that I showed you in the first few slides. I'm really very selfish. I want that future for me and for my family, and I'm sure some of you want it too. So can I count on you in watching those kids and bringing them up? Thank you very much.